Let's go to the NBA. We've talked a good amount about Ben Simmons. And last week, reports came out that he was not answering the calls of the 76ers. So the organization, Doc Rivers, Daryl Morey, whoever it is, can't get in touch with him. Can't get him his jump shot workout or whatever they got him working on in the summer. I'm sure that is it. Now, I get it. You got your agent, right, communicating with your team. I mean, when we do contracts, with our networks, it's the agent that deals with it. But if the executives need to get in touch with you.
If Scott Shapiro, who's our boss, right, a media boss.
Right, you pick up the phone.
Right. Like at some point, Chris, could you go 3 months without answering a call?
No. And so that is the situation with Ben Simmons. But Kendrick Perkins, our friend of the show, doing a great job, making a name for himself, Rob, over there at the other network as a commentator. He said something. He added another twist to this Ben Simmons saga, and he said this on The Jump.
Ben Simmons is not answering the phone calls. He don't want to be with the 76ers. And from what I heard, he's willing not to report to training camp. And we'll go as far as it takes for him to get out of Philly. So I say we'll smoke his fire.
All right, Rob, here's my thing. This is very disappointing to me. I get Ben Simmons being bothered by Doc Rivers' comments after the series when they lost to the Hawks, and Doc was asked, can you win a championship with Ben Simmons as your point guard? And Doc says, I'm not sure. I get you being bothered by that. I get you being bothered by Joel Embiid after that series saying that the turning point of the game and the series was when you turned down a layup to pass it to Matisse Thybulle so he could try to make a layup in traffic. He gets fouled and I think misses one of 2 free throws.
Right. And forget that he's 6'10" at the basket. Forget that.
Yeah, right. I mean, it should have been a dunk. Easy layup or dunk. I get you're bothered by that. And I get you might want a fresh start. The fans are on you in Philly. You want a fresh start. Fine. I get all that. But what bothers me, Rob, is this approach, if this is indeed true, and if he is indeed considering not showing up for training camp because he wants a trade, this just smacks of a lack of self-awareness, a lack of personal accountability, a refusal and unwillingness to look in the mirror. Because for all that Doc said, for all that Embiid said, for all that the fans did, said, whatever, Ben, you did shoot 34% from the foul line in the playoffs. You did play 56 fourth quarter minutes in that series with the Hawks and take 3 shots.
I mean, these are facts. These are facts.
Right. This is not somebody saying, oh, you didn't defend well, something that might be a little subjective or this. And my point, right, and I'm not even trying to jump on Ben. I'm just saying you got to look in the mirror. Regardless of what they said, this is not you being ripped by your coach and your star teammate for something that's not fair.
Right.
Right?
We can't win when one of our 2 big players is totally disengaged, Chris. Right. We can't win. There's no way you can play that much time and put up 3 shots and us win. It's not possible.
And the 34% from the foul line. I mean,
right.
Rob, and I'm just disappointed because I gotta be honest. And I've talked to GMs that really like him and would like to have him. And I'm not saying I wouldn't, Rob, but there are a few red flags now. One is that this is what Rob G, check this out, but I think it's going to be his 5th season or something like that. And you still have yet to improve your jump shot. Okay? And you're not even trying jumpers. And please don't put out another Instagram video of you shooting J's.
Nobody cares about that.
Against,
right.
the former high school stars at the YMCA. All right? Next year will be his 6th season in the NBA. And his 5th, he's played 4 because he was out his 1st season.
Right.
But, Rob, then this is the second red flag because this is the summer for Ben to be in the lab. All you should be doing is working on your game. And you should, even if you want out of Philly, you need to be professional and work with them to try to get a trade. But if you don't want out, like, you need to be, I got to be honest, I get it why they upset. I get why Doc, now, yeah, he shouldn't have said it publicly, Rob, but I get it.
The heat of the moment after what
question.
happened, exactly. You know, he probably was feeling it, Chris. Like what is going on here?
Right.
That this guy won't shoot or can't make a free throw. Like he's a talented player. They're paying him. How much does he make, Chris? 30 something.
Max.
30.
He's got $150 million contract essentially.
I mean, they're paying him like top dollar. I also believe too. I got to be honest. I think that's another issue that you have when you cash somebody out, Chris. That young. There's a potential that they're not going to listen to you, that they're not going to be professional, that they're going to do what they want because he's going to get every nickel of that regardless. And I think there's a problem.
NBA is guaranteed.
Right. And I think and not just him, but I'm talking about people in general. You know what I mean? Like, not that you have to have control over people. That's not what I'm talking about at all. Because you earn that money. They're not giving it to you, Chris, because you're good looking. Right?
Right.
No. They're giving it to you because that's what the market bears, and you're that good. And you're one of 400 players, you know, on this planet or in this country who could play the game at that level. So you're a special, unique talent, but you have to be professional. You're right. Own it. Okay, own it. I'm very disappointed. And even if I don't want to be in Philly, get better.
Right.
Work on your game so that you can go elsewhere. You could get a fresh start. Chris, people have gotten fresh starts all the time and changed their careers.
Absolutely.
Right?
And you are right about the money in that, and I've always said this, and I'm sure you feel the same way. And to be honest, this is in a sports context, but Rob, you have people like this in every industry. You have people that absolutely love what they do. So in this case, that love the game of basketball, and they're going to improve and work on their game no matter what, right? They get the max deal. They still working on their game because they love the game, or they're driven insatiably to be the best that they can be. Then you have people who just like the game or may not like it that much, but they love the life, the women, the money, the lifestyle, meeting celebrities, being a celebrity, kicking it, all of that. And again, there are people like that in every field of endeavor. And so it's not just the athletes, but there are athletes like that.
We're not saying that at all.
Right. It's not just them. But the way you know the athletes that are like that is that they don't work to improve, especially once they get the money. Once they get that huge payday, they really don't continue to work on their game and improve and all that. And they can say what they want. I remember talking to a player once, Rob. I won't name him, but he was a young player. Mm-hmm. And he had just had a season. He had a pretty good season, but not a star by any stretch at that point. But he looked like he was going to be a future star. Excuse me. And I was talking to him, and I said, what do you think? He had just signed, at that point, it was like a 7-year, $50 million deal or something. And so, I said, what do you think you need to do to go to the next level? And he said to me, I think I'm already there.
Oh, God.
I mean, really? I got a Bentley. I think he said I got a Phantom. You know, I bought a house for my mom, which is obviously great. I'm on some magazine covers. You know, I got whatever. Like, you know, it was about the money for him. And that's true. You made it in that regard. But he wasn't even thinking about, I'm going to go to the next level as a player. And you know what? He didn't. And he was out of the league long before he should have been. But that's what we're talking about. And Rob, you've seen it. I've talked about guys that have great years in contract seasons, right?
Yeah.
And they have this great year, and then they get a big contract, and then they kind of go back to what they were before the contract year. And that's how you know. These are how you know if the guy really loves the game.
Right. Everybody doesn't. You could work at it. You could be professional. That's all. And Ben Simmons, I like not only this, Chris, if I'm another team, and I know people always give people chances because they always think it's going to be different or they learned his lesson. So I do get that. But if you look at a situation and say, Philly paid all this money for him, set up with all these players. They lost for 5 years trying to win a championship. They went out and they signed Doc Rivers, a championship caliber coach, all this stuff. And this guy doesn't have the energy or the fire or the desire. Why in the world would I have him? You know what I mean?
I agree.
Why would we take him? He doesn't know what they gave him everything and he wouldn't work for them. So now what are we gonna do?
It's a red flag, man. It's a red flag. And you also, you're on a team with a better player. And that's not driving you either. What are you going to do if you're our best player?
Right.
And what kind of tone are you going to set for the rest of the team? So it's just, like I said, it's disappointing because this dude, I mean, he does so much well on the court. And Rob, I just remember him at LSU. The dude was special. I mean, remember, everybody wanted to see Ben Simmons, right? He was looking like he was a future Magic Johnson, but he just hasn't had that drive. And I just don't, this is not a good sign because it's like he's playing the role of victim. And, oh, woe is me, look at what they're doing to me, and having a pity party. You know, and mad because I guess Doc had the audacity to say that. But you got to look in the mirror and say, you know what? But he's right now. If I'm going to play like that, we aren't going to win the championship. So that's what I'd like to see Ben do. And hopefully, you know, he's being told that by people he'll listen to.